The stomach is an internal organ that actually looks like a small bag. It's situated in the central part of the body, and its walls are densely lined with a layer of mucous epithelium. Stomach digests food with gastric juice and hydrochloric acid. This acid is a very powerful reagent, but the gastric mucosa has a uniquely fast regeneration. Therefore, this reagent does not cause any harm to stomach and nearby organs. Before we tell you about foods that harm your stomach and about dishes that protect it and improve its work, make sure to subscribe to the channel to watch the new episodes on Big Progress. We're doing our best to create interesting content for you. Stomach-healthy foods. In order for the stomach to receive all the necessary microelements and minerals and to perform its function properly, it's necessary to fill your diet with beneficial foods. These include broccoli, which is rich in vitamin C, folic acid, B vitamins, beta-carotene, calcium, and other beneficial microelements. It protects the digestive system from cancer and acts as an antioxidant. Millet, which is rich in B vitamins. Apples, as this fruit is high in calcium, vitamin C, magnesium, and phosphorus. It's also a source of fiber, which normalizes digestion and deactivates toxins. White cabbage, it's rich in vitamin C and iodine, which are great aid for digestion. Oranges. Oranges contain calcium, potassium, and vitamin C. The juice of the fruit is an effective antiseptic. It has a property to improve gastric muscle motility. Kiwi is a fruit extremely rich in potassium, magnesium, phosphorus, and vitamin C. It also contains enzymes promoting digestion. Bananas contain tryptophan, serotonin, potassium, and vitamin B6, which are extremely beneficial for digestion. Green peas in turn tone the stomach, provided with folic acid, iron, and tons of other microelements. Tips for stomach health and disease prevention. It's easy to eat too much too quickly if you're not paying attention, which can lead to bloating, gas, and indigestion. Mindful eating is the practice of paying attention to all aspects of your food and the process of eating. Studies have shown that mindfulness may reduce digestive symptoms in people with ulcerative colitis and IBS. To eat mindfully, eat slowly. Focus on your food by turning off your TV and putting away your smartphone. Notice how your food looks on your plate and how it smells. Select each bite of the food consciously. Pay attention to the texture, temperature, and taste of your food. Digestion starts in your mouth. Your teeth break down the food into smaller pieces so that the enzymes in your digestive tract are better able to break it down. Poor chewing has been linked to decreased nutrient absorption. Chewing your food thoroughly ensures that you have plenty of saliva for digestion. This may help prevent symptoms such as indigestion and heartburn. What's more, the act of chewing has even been shown to reduce stress, which may also improve digestion. When you chew your food thoroughly, your stomach has to do less work to turn the solid food into the liquid mixture that enters your small intestine. Drinking plenty of water is good for your digestive health. Folk remedies for stomach cleansing. Stomach cleansing is a necessity of every person. This procedure prevents diseases, prolongs the life of this organ, and protects it from internal damage. Here is one of the most effective folk remedies for stomach cleansing. You will need to grate a carrot, a beet, and an apple, mix the ingredients, add sunflower oil to the mixture, and consume throughout the day. Do not eat anything else. Drink only warm plain water. This treatment will improve your facial skin appearance and stabilize digestive processes. What foods are harmful for the stomach? First of all, these are the foods that are cooked at high temperatures for a long time, foods that contain oxidized fats, and foods that can irritate the stomach mucosa. Alcohol takes the next line in this list. There's no benefit from rolls, cakes, sugary sodas, and from most spices. All these foods contribute to the abundant secretion of gastric juice, which, if produced in excessive amounts, provokes gastritis and stomach ulcers. We also recommend avoiding such yummy treat as French fries from McDonald's and other fast food restaurants. This dish is very solid and takes a long time to digest, and frying in oil that has already been used several times doesn't make the fries healthier. As a result, it provokes pathological cell division and cancer. Surprisingly, scientists have found that good mood and laughter can heal the stomach and improve the functioning of the digestive system in general. Eat good and healthy foods, and you will save your stomach in good condition for many years. Very often, people go to stores and buy foods they consider beneficial, but they do not even imagine what kind of danger these foods can bring. Here are 10 foods you should consume with great caution. Unprocessed red meat. Young veal tartar or frozen raw venison. These are the dishes you order in a restaurant to enjoy their great taste. But is it good for the stomach? Raw meat is one of the most reliable ways to get food poisoning, as bacteria from the meat enter the stomach and begin to multiply there. Since the meat has not undergone heat treatment, the microorganisms feel great, while the person's well-being begins to suffer. White rice. In Japan, there's a tradition of eating rice with vinegar. Do you know why? The main purpose of vinegar here is to disinfect the rice, because even after the heat treatment, bacteria called Bacillus cereus actively multiply on the surface of rice, which can cause acute stomach diseases. Wheat and sprouts. At first glance, this is one of the healthiest foods in the world, but it contains a protein called lectin. The protein reacts with sugar in the body and causes serious problems of gastrointestinal tract, like mucosal damage, gastritis, and even ulcers. This is the reason why doctors usually prohibit young children and people with gastrointestinal tract diseases to eat wheat germ. Fruits and vegetables. Of course, fruits and vegetables are not harmful on their own. However, you should be careful buying washed vegetables. They could simply not be washed well enough before being packed. As a result, parts of soil, fertilizer, or warm eggs may remain on their surface. In addition, bacteria thrive in the conditions of high humidity. For example, if you add vegetables and herbs to a salad with mayonnaise, bacteria will multiply and they will do it rapidly. This can lead to an intestinal infection, even if your salad is out of the fridge for just several hours. Mushrooms. It's common knowledge that it's easy to get poisoned with mushrooms. However, sometimes even experienced mushroom pickers can hardly distinguish edible mushrooms from inedible ones. For example, a white toadstool can cause body poisoning, which will show symptoms only 3 to 4 days after the mushroom is eaten. Mushrooms you buy in stores can also be harmful. This food has a property to quickly absorb any chemicals, and if we don't know where the mushrooms were grown or picked, there is a risk that they're from around a highway or some chemical plant, and it means that the mushrooms will be full of hazardous chemical compounds. Fish and seafood. Seafood is delicious and healthy, but there's an implicit danger. If stored improperly, fish, shrimp, and other seafood can contain tons of parasites and phytotoxins that cause serious poisoning. Also, when stored in improper conditions, such foods accumulate histamine, and so can provoke severe allergies and stomach cramps. Chicken eggs. Everyone knows that you must wash the eggs before cooking or eating. It's also important to cook the eggs until they're completely done, since there's a possibility of salmonella contamination, and sometimes even long heat treatment of a chicken egg does not eliminate parasites, so be careful. Unpasteurized milk. Fresh homemade milk may seem more natural and therefore more beneficial for the body. Well, it's true, but you should consider one important point. Milk that hasn't undergone pasteurization can contain dangerous bacteria and pathogens, and not all of them will die during the process of cooking. For example, the procedure of making cheese will not affect the Listeria bacteria, so any products derived from unpasteurized milk, like cheese and cottage cheese, can be very dangerous. Ice cream. Well, what are the harms of ice cream except for high calorie and sugar content? It turns out that ice cream can also contain many dangerous bacteria. If you buy ice cream in a small container, you need to make sure that both the container and the spoon are sterile. And if the ice cream was refrozen, then there's a high risk of getting an intestinal infection. Sour cream. Sour cream is high in saturated fat. In fact, about half of the calories in regular sour cream come from it. Excess intake of saturated fat, in turn, may cause some people to produce more bad cholesterol. If these levels become too high, your risk of heart disease may increase over time. There's plenty of room within these guidelines to eat sour cream, but it's still a good idea to limit your intake and vary the sources and types of fat in your diet. When consumed properly and in moderation, all foods are beneficial and may become a part of a healthy diet, but there's always a risk of getting an intestinal infection, so be careful. Tips for the prevention of stomach ailments. To begin with, change your diet and give up harmful foods. If it's impossible, and it often is, then try to limit the consumption of unhealthy foods and stick to the diet. Thus, you can change your diet gradually, walking step by step towards your goal. It will be a great benefit not only for the gastrointestinal tract, but for the entire body. Here are basic tips. Limit the consumption of fatty, spicy, and fried foods. Avoid sweets and starch-high dishes. Do not overeat and eat in small servings. Leave mayonnaise in the store and replace it with homemade sour cream mayonnaise or yogurt. Make your own sauce from tomatoes and spices instead of store-bought ketchup. Do not eat curd and cheese foods that are mostly trans fats and chemical additives. Avoid pastries. If you want some, bake it yourself or make cottage cheese desserts and jelly instead. Packaged juices and soda should be replaced with freshly squeezed juices, compotes, and jelly. Fast food can also be cooked at home without harmful oil and mayonnaise. Eat fruits with caution, especially melon, grapes, cranberries, and blackberries, as they can cause flatulence and intestinal cramps. Cook meat without sunflower oil. Use oven more often than a frying pan when cooking. And of course, if you can't stand the craving to eat something harmful, you can relax a bit. Not every day, however. Still, it's better to eat a homemade burger once a week than to leave half of your salary at a fast food restaurant once a month. That's all we wanted to tell you today. On this channel, you will find videos about the benefits of different foods, about diseases and effective methods of their treatment, as well as interesting information about housekeeping and gardening. So make sure to subscribe to Big Progress and ring the bell. Click the like button under the video and share it with your family and friends. See you soon!